back to the channel. I know that was so beautiful. My voice is gone. It sounds like I have been screaming nonstop for the past 10 days, which is basically true because I have not stopped talking because my book is almost out. What in the world? So crazy. I feel like I've been working on this for forever. I thought it could be really cool just to do a video just recapping the past year of what this writing process has been like. So many people I feel like haven't even seen all the things that I've been doing behind the scenes and things that I don't post on social media. So I thought it'd be fun just to dive into that. But I'm kind of just doing a mashup of everything that's led up to this moment since the book comes out tomorrow. Made for this moment, standing firm in strength, grace, and courage. I'm so excited, and I really hope you guys enjoy this message, praying that it inspires you, encourages you, challenges you, and hopefully changes your life for the better. I love you guys. Let's get into it. My book is coming out, Made for This Moment, Standing Firm in Strength, Grace, and Courage. And I wrote this for those out there who are longing to know their purpose, their identity, their worth, and what value they add to this world. Those who are wanting to be a part of something so much bigger than themselves. Those who are wanting to stand up for what they believe in, but they're too afraid because they care so much about what other people think, or they just don't think that they have enough of what it takes to stand firm. And I thought it would just be really helpful to take you guys through what this writing process was like. Your story and your life matters. No matter what you've been through, no matter what you're facing right now, no matter what other people have done to you or what other people have said about you, you were made on purpose and for a purpose. And whether you believe it or not, it is the truth. And I want to help you see that. I want to help you discover your God-given identity, your God-given purpose, and I want to help you walk in the fullness of what God has for you. All of that is in my book. I talk all about how to deal with comparison, how to deal with fear, fear of the what ifs, fear of the unknown, fear of what other people think, on the show, off the show. And so I really hope that it's a relatable and an encouraging testimony and story to you guys. But let's dive into it. So I actually started writing this book 2 years ago, and I had a whole different message and idea in mind. I was actually writing from the thought process of reroutes and how you make plans for your life, but God often reroutes you and takes you in a totally different direction. And then when I came off of The Bachelor, all of you guys were asking me questions on identity, questions on purpose, how to stand firm in your faith and convictions, how to walk in confidence and courage in your calling and in your identity. And I wanted to write a book that was able to speak to those struggles and really add value to that. And so I started coming up with this whole idea of how can you stand firm under pressure? How can you stay true to yourself in a world that's so prone to just telling you this is who you are and this is what you should do? How can we do that? And so I wrote a book with that in mind. And so when I got reached out to by different agencies to write a book, I really pulled from the story of Esther in the Bible because that was the story that had meant the most to me. Esther showed us what it looked like to stand firm with strength, grace, and courage. And so that was where the idea of Made for This Moment came from. Esther 4:14 says, "For maybe you have been called to this royal position for such a time as this." And I thought, what's the modern way of saying that? And that's how we came up with Made for This Moment. And it's not a Bible study. It's not a book that just talks all about stories from the Bible, but that is the heartbeat of Made for This Moment. But it's a book for anyone and everyone, and you have this hope to know that you're a part of something bigger than yourself, and you want to know how you can live a life that is more than what you're experiencing right now, then this book is for you. So when I came off of The Bachelor, I was getting reached out to by different agencies, prayed about which one I should go with, felt very connected to the Fed agency, which is who I signed with. And then ultimately they connected me to Zondervan, which is the publishers that I signed with. And then everything just started happening fast. And I mean fast. During that time when I was writing, I would just take little trips to get away. I would go to the beach. I would stay at the beach for like 3 or 4 days, get completely off of social media, and just really take time to dive into God's word, take time to really pray through it. I wanted to make sure that every word I was writing wasn't words from myself, but that they were words from the Lord and that God was giving me what I needed to write. And there would be times, y'all, when literally the publishers would be like, hey, we need a whole chapter from you by like the end of today. And I would be staring at like a blank Word document and I would be like, I have to write an entire chapter in like a few hours. That's great. It was a crazy time. My mom was my editor and was just reading through everything, making sure I spelled everything right. She definitely helped me with a good bit of the book, and it was really just me and God. Me, God, and my mom, basically. I poured my entire heart and soul into this book. I'm so pumped about it. This year was when things really started picking up. At the end of last year was when I submitted the final copy of everything. January was when everything started picking up for it. I did my book photo shoot, my book cover photo shoot. So I went to Nashville for that, and all day long trying to capture that perfect picture. This is some insider information I haven't shared with anyone yet. The picture that we thought we were gonna go with for the cover of my book was this one that was all black. I had all black on with my Jordans on. You could see my Jordans in it. It was super cool looking. But then everyone felt like that one was too dark. And then the second option that everyone wanted to go with was this one of me in a field, and I was doing like this twirl. But then I felt like it looked too cheesy. Then we were going back and forth on what the third choice should be. And then that's when I sent in the one that I ultimately ended up choosing, which is the one of me sitting. I have my tan shirt on, white pants on, and there's like a turquoise blue background. And I'm so glad we went with it. The words pop, the background pops. I was like, that's it, that's it. It just felt so right. During the month of February, I wasn't doing too much with the book. My main focus during that month was speaking. It was a really cool experience. I spoke at a lot of really amazing churches, got to really start sharing the message of Made for This Moment. I hadn't announced it yet, so it was kind of fun being able to hint at the idea of Made for This Moment without actually sharing, hey, I wrote a book. In March, I moved to Dallas, woo-hoo, and moved in with Janine, my roommate. And it's been so much fun. Our house has been a crazy mess since we moved in, but it finally just got settled. So now we're settled and the house looks great. Both Janine and my birthday was in March. And so we also did a big, kind of like we moved into Dallas / birthday celebration. April was actually when I got back on YouTube. So April was when I came back on YouTube. I had taken a full year off of YouTube. I just remember deciding to do YouTube, and my whole heart was I want to show them more of me. I want to show them more of my personality. I want them to see more of what I'm about. I want them to see my faith. I want them to see how much fun I have, but I also want them to see the real, the raw, the vulnerable. And then in the month of June was actually when I announced that I was releasing my book for the very first time on Instagram, Made for This Moment, Standing Firm in Strength, Grace, and Courage. I announced it to the world, and I had such an amazing response. And really since then, it has been such a grind. In July was when I posted about my merch coming out, my Made for This Moment merch. I did a photo shoot for that. And it really is just something extra to have on top of the book in case anybody wants to rep and wear a sweatshirt or a t-shirt that says Made for This Moment, just as a reminder that you have been called for such a time as this. I wanted to have tangible things that people could carry around or gift to other people, just as a reminder that they were made for this moment. I love them. I love all of the cute little merch that we came out with. They're so comfy. They're super basic and simple. I didn't go crazy with it. I am working on some other merch. I'll keep you guys in the loop with that. And then in August was when I actually saw my author's reader's copy for the first time. It's my book. It's my book. Ah, I'm really freaking out. I don't even know what to think. I mean, it's the advanced reader's copy. It's not like real, but it's still real. Like, look. What in the world? There's actual chapters in this. That's my face. This is crazy. I got so emotional and so excited just being able to hold like a physical copy of my book. And then in August, I also recorded my audiobook. And so it was so cool to read the whole thing through and just hear the whole story through and just be able to say my words out loud. It was so surreal. And it was actually the first time that I had read my book out loud, or actually just read through my book in general from cover to end. It was so cool and I had so much fun. It was like a 2-day event. The team there was great. I had so much fun doing it, but that was a crazy cool experience. What is inside of you is what will come out of you. So what you allow in, who you invite in, and what you feed yourself matters. September, I announced my pre-orders. Pre-orders became available. I announced that you could find my book on my website, that you could find it on Amazon, and it did really well. I was so grateful for everyone's response. And now October is here, and we are one day away from book release, and tomorrow my book will come out. It has been so crazy. I saw my book for the first time. I was able to put my hands on it. I got so emotional. I started crying. Didn't think I was gonna cry, honestly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is a hardcover. I'm like shaking. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm like actually crying. It's so crazy. Sorry, I'm like so emotional. My book, like this is so wild. And I just hope it helps so many people. And it's so shiny. Oh man. Oh my gosh, it's my book. I'm literally shaking. Oh my gosh, I'm shaking. It's here, it's here. And now we're here, baby. And I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this video, but just really coming alongside of me during this journey. It has been a crazy journey, and I have had so many moments of feeling like I cannot do this. I am not the woman for this job. I am not made for this moment. And maybe you're feeling that right now. Maybe you have moments where you're like, I am not made for this. I don't know why I'm here. I'm not the person for this job. I don't have what it takes. And I'm here to encourage you, just like I had to encourage myself. You are, and those are all lies. You are made for this moment. You do have what it takes with God by your side and with God inside of you. You have everything you need to be all that He's called you to be. I really hope you'll check out this book, praying that it changes and transforms your life forever. I have prayed over every single one of you that will be reading the book and believing that it's going to change your life. Be sure to like and subscribe to this channel to watch more videos. Let me know what you want to see next, and pray for me for tomorrow. It's gonna be a crazy day, but I'm so blessed. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited. Love you guys. Back, baby. This lighting really be just getting it right. Okay. Why is my hair, like, what is happening? This is some insider. The book. So excited. I want them to be useful. I just spit. It's great.